Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I have two gorgeous sets from Merit as well as a full face of Merit makeup. I have the Merit winter set as well as their new blush trio for the holidays, and we're going to be testing out Merit's brand new eyeshadow formula. These are the Sheen Solo eyeshadows, so we have a lot of fun things to get to today, so please stick around. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you subscribe down below, and if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back. I couldn't be happier to have you here. All right. Let's get this party started. Okay, so I have already done my face with some Merit products, some staples in my collection. I absolutely love Merit. It's one of my favorite companies. Even though I'm not a minimalist in makeup or in life, I do love a lot of Merit's products. Let me just show you what I have on my face already, and then we will get into all the fun goodies that we have for today. Now, this product I purchased over the summer, but I never opened it. I've been dying to try it, but I just kind of forgot about it for a little bit. And I finally tried it today, and this is absolutely beautiful. This is the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum, and it says that you're supposed to massage 2 to 3 pumps onto your skin before or after moisturizer in the morning or twice a day. So I did this before I applied my moisturizer, before my complexion products, and I feel like this really gave me a beautiful glow. You can see my skin. And let me just show you up close what this looks like. So you shake this well, and I applied it under my moisturizer and before my complexion products, but I think it gave me a really beautiful glow, and it helped with the makeup application. The Merit complexion stick that I'm going to talk about in a minute, it's a little bit on the drier side, so if you struggle with this product at all, it might be helpful to apply the serum as well as their moisturizer under your makeup, and then this will go on a lot smoother. But I really love this. First impressions, this is great. And again, this is the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. Now, something that's already a staple in my makeup collection that I use all the time and talk about a lot on this channel, this is the Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. This is not my nighttime moisturizer, but I use this for under makeup application, and it just makes the skin really hydrated and not greasy. It really doesn't mess up your makeup application, and it's lightweight, fragrance-free, so this is already a staple in my collection and very well loved. And then this year, Merit came out with their uniform. And again, a lot of these products, as you can see, they're a little bit well loved. This is the Tinted Mineral Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 45. I love this for no makeup days or underneath my makeup, or, you know, if you're working from home and you don't plan to put on makeup because you don't have any meetings, but Bob calls you from the office and suddenly wants to have a video conference. This is what I put on when Bob calls me from my office. So I really love this for those purposes, and I think it's one of the best products of the year. I have a lot of makeup products, as you can imagine, so the fact that I already use this much shows that I really do love this product. So this is another staple in my collection from Merit. So on top of the uniform, I will often throw on this product from Merit. This is their minimalist stick, and this is supposed to be a foundation concealer hybrid. I really do enjoy this product. And here I used it all over the face on top of the uniform. I just kind of drew it on my face and then used a brush to buff it out, but you don't even need a brush if you don't have one or you don't like to use a brush. And then I also use it as my concealer. So I struggle with darkness under my eyes, and I think that this does a pretty good job of covering up those dark circles. So this is another great product from Merit, and again, I use all of these pretty regularly in my routine. Another product that I love is their Bronzing Balm stick, and a lot of times I'll throw this in my purse for work. And if I need a little bit of a bronze throughout the day, or I just want something very clean and simple, I will use this. And again, you can see how well loved it is. And this is the shade CN. So I do recommend this bronzing balm if you're somebody who likes a more minimalist bronzing effect, or you just want something easy on the go. I really do like this, and again, I use this a lot in my everyday life. And I do want to make an honorable mention of this set. This was one of the releases from Merit for this holiday season. This was the archival set. Now, I do have a separate review of this on my channel. I will put the link in the description box below so you can see me demo the set and hear my thoughts. But I was really impressed with this set. Let me show it to you. And it comes with a beautiful lip oil, a lipstick, and the lip liner. So I really love this set, and I think it's a beautiful shade. This is a limited edition shade for this set. So if you're interested in seeing a demo of this set and my thoughts, I would encourage you to check out my review of this product after you finish watching this video. So now that we have gotten all the preliminaries out of the way, let's talk about the stars of today's show. So we have two. This is the Merit Winter set, and this is a limited edition set, and it comes with 5 products. And 10 out of 10 of the packaging. Look how beautiful this is. And you just pop this off right here. And I'm going to try not to drop these products inside, but look at this beautiful presentation. See, I dropped one. Oh, so stunning. Just so beautiful just to open the box and to see all these beautiful products. I absolutely love it. In addition to the winter set, we also have this set that I picked up during the Sephora sale. This is the Mini Flush Balm Trio, and it comes with 3 shades. It comes with Postmodern, Le Bon Bon, and Redux. So I'll swatch these for you since I'm going to use the winter set on my face, but we'll do a little bit of comparison and see what is inside this beautiful set right here. Now I also picked up 2 of the Solo Shadows, the new Solo Shadows from Merit. This is a Solo Shadow Sheen, and this is in the shade Iris. So that is Iris. Beautiful. And this is in the shade Palladium. So that is Palladium right there, which I think will make a nice base shade. So I bought these before the winter set came out. So I think what I'm going to do is use the winter set on my face, but I will do swatches so we can compare these colors, and then you'll see these shades in future videos on my channel. Okay, so let's get into this beauty right here. First, let's talk about this blush. This is Courtney. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And let me show you the shade. And if you're unfamiliar with these blushes from Merit, they just provide a beautiful kind of sheer but buildable wash of color on the skin. These are portable. Really great product. You can also use these on your lips. I usually don't just because I don't like mixing cheek and lip products, but you can do that if you wanted to. You would just apply it like this, and it's really easy to use. But let me swatch this for you. Ooh, that is a beautiful shade right there. Okay, so this is the blush shade that comes in the set. Let's get this on my cheeks because I'm feeling a little bit unblushed. So we're going to take this blush, just putting my brush into it. Ooh, very pretty. But you see how easy that is to apply. And you can also just put it directly onto your cheek. I'm not crazy about that method of application because I feel like sometimes you might pick up some of your foundation product by doing that. So I prefer to just use my brush on the product itself, but you can totally do it that way. And I'll do it if I'm out and about and I don't have a brush, just pop it on your cheek and work it in with your hand. That's totally fine too. But if you're an over blusher like me, I think you could really appreciate this formula because it's buildable, but it's really hard to mess up because look how beautiful that is. And it goes with the whole clean girl minimalist vibe that we're going for with this makeup. So I'd say it's a little bit less glowy than, you know, a Rhode Pocket Blush if you're familiar with that formula. Maybe a little bit less pigmented, but it's definitely buildable. And this shade is beautiful. So while we are on the subject of blushes, before we move on to the rest of the winter set, let's compare these blushes in this kit right here and do some swatches. So we'll go from top to bottom. And this is the shade Postmodern. Wow, what a beautiful deep shade that is. Ooh, what a fun pop of berry. So this is the shade from the winter set, and this is Postmodern. And the next shade is Le Bon Bon. Let me show it to you before I show you the swatch. What a fun pop of pink that is. So this is Le Bon Bon, this is Postmodern, and this is the shade from the winter set. And then the last shade is a limited edition shade for this kit, and this is Redux. This is Le Bon Bon, this is Postmodern, and this is Courtney. So a nice range of options. If you're buying that set from Sephora or from Merit.com with the 3 blushes, this is what you're getting. So I feel like the shades are pretty different from each other, but you can create some beautiful looks with them. But this is more like a cinnamon red. It has a little bit of a brown undertone to it. So really pretty, and again, you can see just how creamy the formula is, really hydrating. So if you have dry skin like myself, you may like this formula because it's pretty glowy. Is it the most long-lasting formula? No. But the benefit of this adorable packaging is that you can bring it with you if you want to refresh during the day and you just want to pop it on or use it on your lips. It's totally flexible and just very convenient to use. So now that we are done with our little detour into the blush set, we're going to go back to the winter set and try on the other products inside. Now, the next product from the winter set, I've been dying to try this formula. This is the Solo Shadow Sheen, and this is in the shade Mink, which is a limited edition shade to this kit. Look how beautiful that is. So with the original Solo Shadows, you had to make sure that this was locked in place. Otherwise, this will dry out completely. You won't be able to use it. But with this formula, it seems that you don't have to do that because this just closes naturally. It's not popping when you close it. There's no tight thing you have to do. So I'm really excited to try this formula. And in the kit, they include a very nice brush. So this is the brush that comes with the kit. So you have like a pencil tip here and a short and flat kind of stubby brush on here. But I'm excited to try this. I'm hopeful that this will work well with the new Solo Shadow formula. But regardless, I'm so excited to try this formula because I feel like everyone and their mother has been talking about it. So let's not waste any more time and get this on my eyelids. And before we do that, let's swatch it. So the formula, when you have it in your hand, it's not as silky as I thought it would be. It's a little bit more of a firmer texture, which is probably for the best, but that is Mink right there. Now normally I do go in with eyeshadow primer, but I do want to see how this works without it. I don't want to take away from the formula. Let's give it a shot. Ooh. That's pretty. Okay, so that's just one simple coat of Mink. And I do think that this brush is a great complement to the Solo Shadow. But what an easy formula to use. Very pretty. And this is not really shimmery, not glittery, but great for everyday use. Or if you want to dress this up and go to a party with it, I think you could. What did that take, like 10 seconds to apply? Really pretty. I'm going to take this tip and go in under the eyes. Very nice. I'm going to go back on top. Try to do a winged effect. I don't know if this is the right formula for that, but we'll try. I think it's a little too messy for that, so we'll just stick to the bottom. So, I mean, upon initial application, and I do have to play with the formula a little bit more, but I think this is probably just best on top of the lid. I'm trying to build it up on the bottom, and you are getting some of it, right? There is a difference between my right eye and my left eye, but I think it's probably best just to use this on the top as a regular eyeshadow. Now I want to see if I can build it up a little bit more. I have to say it's very evenly dispersed, very easy to use. I feel like these are not the most buildable. I feel like once you build it up to a certain point, you're probably not going to get a much deeper application, but you don't need to do much to get this level of pigment. They're pretty pigmented off the bat, which is great. Okay, so that is Mink. What do we think? It's very pretty, very wintry, very sultry, very smoky, right? What do we think? Very clean girl, right? Minimalist. Okay, so now we're going to make the other eye even. And I think that this is a perfect addition to this set because it's working perfectly with this formula. So let me show you what I mean as far as the level of pigment. So this was like 3 or 4 coats of the shadow. This is 1. So you really don't need a lot of product with these. It's just basically one and done. Really easy to use. Beautiful look to the eyes. Put a little bit more. Yeah, really pretty. Again, I don't think it's the best formula for under the waterline, but I think it's a beautiful formula. And I could see why a lot of people like it. So now that we have swatched and applied Mink, let me try the other colors that I have, compare them, and then we will try on the Merit mascara, which I've never tried. So let's look at these other shades. So again, this is Iris, and I did swatch this in store and it looked really beautiful. Again, it's a little bit of a drier formula than I remember swatching in the store. And these are looking quite similar on the swatch. So since the winter set is limited edition, if you're unable to get the Mink shade because you're not able to get the set, this shade Iris is looking pretty similar. So if you like the way that Mink looks, check out the Iris shade because it's almost impossible to tell a difference when they're swatched. This just has a little bit of a purple undertone, like ever so slight, but if you look at it from a distance, it's almost impossible to tell the difference. So if you like Mink and you're unable to get it, check out the shade Iris. And now we have the shade Palladium. And I bought this to kind of be a base shade and maybe inner corner. I'm not sure with this formula if that's going to be the right way to use this. Oh, that's pretty. Let's check it out. So that is Palladium on top. Then we have Mink and Iris. So that's a beautiful shade. Let me see if I could put a little bit in the inner corner to brighten up my eyes because it's looking a little smoky right now. Okay. So that went on pretty decently. Let me try this Rephr number 28 brush and see if I can get a better application for this shade. Let's give this a shot. Okay, a little bit better. Oh, so you see that did brighten it up. To me, it was just a little bit dark without something to brighten it up. It's pretty. Now, I did think that these would have a little bit more of a shimmer effect to them. And in the light, this Palladium shade did look like it was going to be more of a glowy shade. But on top of this, it's not as glowy as I expected. But I guess sparkle and shimmer and glimmer doesn't go with the whole Merit aesthetic. So it makes sense. But I think this is beautiful for the office, or if you like a more muted eye look, or maybe you're doing a really bold lip and you want your eyeshadow to be there but not the center of attention. And I'll have to let you know in a future video about wear time, but the original Merit Solo Shadows had a decent wear time, so I'm expecting that these will too. That's really pretty. Okay, so before we move on to mascara, let me show you the completed eyeshadow look. I think this is so much easier to use than the original Merit Solo Shadow formula, which was great, but this formula is just so much more easy to work with. So really beautiful. Love the effect that it gave to the eyes. I would recommend checking out this formula. Again, it's not sparkly in your face, but it's absolutely beautiful. Very elegant, very classy, and like I said, just very easy to work with. Okay, so now we are going to move on to mascara. If I can get the product out of the box. I dropped it. I got it out of the box. Okay, so here is the wand. Let's see what this does. So it's only a little hard to work with because of the size, because it's so small, but I would say it's a very light mascara. It's volumizing, it's lifting. I wouldn't say that it's super lengthening. Well, maybe it is. I think it's definitely lifting my lashes, which is helpful. But the right side has, this side has a mascara and this side has no mascara. But what do we think? It's definitely giving me much more of a impactful look. Considering this is a minimalist company, I thought the mascara would just be kind of, you know, not lackluster, but maybe just a little bit more simple. But it is a beautiful formula and it is giving a nice lift and volume. So I really like it actually. Let's put it on the other side. It's doing a nice job of separating the lashes. And I'm putting on, you know, a good amount of layers and it's not clumping up. Getting a little bit on top here, but that could just be me. So this is the Merit Clean Lash. What do we think? I think it gave a nice lifted look to the eyelashes. It's not clumping up a lot and it's doing a nice job of volumizing. I wouldn't say it's the most lengthening mascara, but I really like it. And again, I was expecting more of a, you know, simple mascara, something that really wouldn't lift and volumize as much as this is, just because Merit being, you know, a minimalist brand, I didn't think it would go with the minimalist look to have a very volumized lash, but I have to say, I like it a lot and it feels comfortable on the lashes. So very nice, and I'm very impressed by this mascara. So now let's do something with these lips, but before I do want to apply a little bit more blush. Actually, you know what? Let's apply a little bit of one of the other blushes from the other set that I got. If I can get it out of the package. I don't know why I put this back in the package. It was hard enough to get out the first time. They don't teach you this in YouTube class. Let's try this. Taking my Makeup by Mario F1 brush, and I just want to pop on a little bit of pink. Okay, maybe a little bit more than a little bit of pink. We're gonna fix this. So I'm just taking a clean brush and just buffing this out. But you see how easy these blushes are to work with? Yeah, see? So this is the Le Bonbon shade that was really calling my name. So pretty. Okay, so now that we are all blushed up again, let us try the lip liner that's included in the set. Now, if you've never tried Merit's lip liner formula, it is a sheer lip liner. It's not your traditional Charlotte Tilbury lip liner formula, but it is beautiful. So this is in the same shade as the blush. This is Courtney. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. We're just gonna line the lips. Now I'm gonna line them a little bit on the lips too. Oh, it's pretty. I like to just take my finger and just kind of like, you know, buff it out a little bit. Okay, so that is the lip liner. And again, it's not your traditional lip liner. So it's, you know, it's not the most long-lasting lip liner, but that kind of goes with the whole Merit aesthetic. So if you want a lip liner that will stay with you for 2 business days, this is probably not the one for you, but it is pretty. It's kind of similar to maybe the Rhode lip liner. The Rhode is a little bit less pigmented and even less long-wearing, but it is a beautiful formula. It's very easy to use. It's just not the most long-lasting one, so just keep that in mind if you've never tried it before. But let's try the lip oil. This is also in Courtney. This is the shade Slick Sheen. So what I love about Merit when they do these sets is that everything is so cohesive. I think they put a lot of thought into these kits, and you really can have a look in one kit. It's just really great. So, oh, that's pretty. Now, my lips right now are so dry, and like I've said on this channel before, I have, you know, quite a bit of lip products, but it's just this cold weather. Nothing seems to really do the trick consistently. Oh, how pretty is that? But again, you get the lip liner, the blush, and the lip oil in the same shades. So you really can just have a beautiful, cohesive, elegant look in one kit. How pretty that is. Oh, I love this. And the lip oil formula is very lightweight. It's not sticky. It's not heavy. Like if you ever tried Dior's lip oil formula, to me, that's a lot heavier. There's just a beautiful rush of hydration to your lips without being sticky or just too heavy. It's really beautiful. And I love me a good sticky lip oil. Don't get me wrong. Dior is one of my favorites. I'm just saying, if you don't want a thick lip oil, the Merit formula is something that you would maybe want to check out. So pretty. The blush, oh, I love this whole aesthetic. Again, I'm never going to be a minimalist, but at least I can pretend to be in my makeup. Although it is funny that to get this minimalist makeup look, you have to use 7 makeup products, but still, we could be minimalist. But what do we think of the completed look? I think it's beautiful, it's glowy, my skin looks healthy, it looks hydrated. I love the lip oil. I was very impressed with the mascara. I didn't think it was going to be very impactful, so that really impressed me. And the eyeshadow formula is gorgeous. So I hope that they come out with more shades in the range. I think it's beautiful if you want just a very sophisticated, modern, clean look. And this winter set is absolutely stunning. I think that the set gives a nice introduction to the brand, and you can kind of see how the products operate. I think that they really work together very cohesively. And I think that the Merit formulas are just stunning. Like I said, so many of their products are everyday staples for me. And I think that this lip oil formula is going to become one. And also the eyeshadows. The mascara, is it my all-time favorite mascara? No, but I will definitely get use out of it. I love the way that the Merit bronzer looks, the blushes, the lip oil, the eyeshadow. It's just all so cohesive, so beautiful. And I just feel very girly and classy. And I just love so many products from Merit's line. So I think that the winter kit was a beautiful addition to the Merit lineup. And I should mention that at the time of filming, Merit is having their Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. So if the sale is still going on while you're watching this video, I would encourage you to check out Merit's website to see if there are any items that you want to pick up while you can get them at a discount. Even if you can't get your hands on the winter set, I think that Merit has a lot of other beautiful options in those formulas for you to check out if you're interested. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. Do you like Merit? Do you want to try Merit? Do you have any questions about the products that I tried today? I will try to link everything down below for you so you can check out the products yourself. But I really appreciate your time. We all live really busy lives, especially right now during the holidays. It's really busy. So the fact that you chose to hang out with me today, I so greatly appreciate it. And I would really appreciate it if you were to consider subscribing. I'm trying to get my channel to 1,000 subscribers. We're close to 800. We're getting there. So I'm very excited that we're getting to that benchmark. But I would really appreciate your support. And more importantly, I would love for you to join in on the fun. We do have a lot of fun over on this channel. We talk about all the latest in makeup and beauty, and we are just a growing community of beauty lovers and friends. So join in on the fun, subscribe, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.